because they're always going to talk about how important third down is, aren't they? Offense and defense. In this case, one capitalized, and the other, as you said, had a chance to get off the field and didn't get it done.
And they run with Jacobs on first down, and he'll take this forward for about 5.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Working with 2nd and 5 now.
At the Browns' 47-yard line.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. He finds his man, complete. That's Jacobs. And they're getting him involved early.
You feel like they saw something on tape, or they just have a sense with him because he's had a good week of practice or something in that area that they want him involved. Just as you said, they want him to touch it either in the running game or the passing game, but they must like the matchups they're getting.
Catch is made by Hunter Renfrow. And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. Back to the running game with Jacobs. And down inside the 35 he goes to the 32-yard line. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
Brings up 2nd and 1 at the 32-yard line.
Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter. 2nd and 1. He's going to find and complete it to Renfrow.
First drive of the game. We did see this in practice, didn't we? Because they allowed us to stay and watch and see what the opening script would be, even though we don't know the exact play calls. That looks a lot like what we saw them execute, doesn't it?
It really does. And in practice, it wasn't about a lot of big shots on that opening drive. They wanted to put together a series of plays, sustain it. They've done that. The defense now on their heels a little.
That they are. And you know what else is happening now? They're gaining information. They're gaining knowledge about how the defense is planning on playing them. So not only are they being successful on this drive, they're filing things away for future drives in this game.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. And they'll run here with Carter. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
Good solid gain on first down, about what you'd expect from the big guy carrying the ball.
Here's a 2nd and 7. And he's going to go down. Sacked right around the 17. Solomon Thomas, they'd love to see that from him as he slips in for the sack. The 13th play now coming on this opening drive. Here's 3rd down. They're going to look to throw. Out to the right and complete to Pittman. And this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short. It'll be a pickup of 13, but it'll still lead to a 4th down. He'll drop to throw. And he finds Waller in the end zone for a Raider touchdown. Darren Waller hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Raiders drive right down the field and score on the opening drive. And now, of course, all scoring plays are reviewed, and I think they're going to take an extra long look at this one. Touchdown originally. This will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And this will be a touchback as Grant opts not to return it. First carry for Nick Chubb. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
From the 29, Carr. Got an open man. That's David Njoku, the tight end. We'll see what kind of mindset they have here offensively after giving up the touchdown on the opening drive.
And based on our time with them, prior to this game, I feel like they've got a good mindset going in. In fact, the discussion that we had with the coaching staff was, we may give up some points in this game, so offense has to be ready each and every time to either equal or try and get us ahead and try and keep us ahead. This is their chance to respond to that first touchdown given up.
And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's second down. Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. Play action. Now it's Carr. Going out wide, finds Chubb. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield.
And I like the idea here. Get the ball in his hands, even if it's in the passing game. 3 catches a week ago, and he does a nice job here to pick up yardage.
From midfield, here's Carr. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. Got a man, it's caught at the 6-yard line. Touchdown, Browns. A great effort there. His 9th touchdown of the season. And the Browns are within an extra point of tying this thing up. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And we are tied here in the second quarter. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Raiders take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. And they, of course, coming into this one in the midst of a tough losing streak. They did get helped out by the open week last week. And in talking with him, all indications were, Charles, that was a very helpful break.
Yeah, I know a lot of teams, coaches, they hate taking time off in the midst of a losing streak because they think they have to stay on their toes and punch their way out of it. But occasionally, you get that open week, you step back, evaluate what's been going wrong, see what you can put in that can move you forward, and maybe you get a chance to breathe a little bit and kind of start over.
And he'll go out near midfield at the 49.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. A big play there for the Raiders.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver. And as this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. 67 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this first half. Jacobs. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. Josh Jacobs, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Raiders have taken the lead. Gonzalez good on the extra point. And that makes the score 14-7. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Jakeem Grant now to return. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. The Browns drive about to get started. They trail a 1-score deficit, 14-7 as they come up 1st and 10. Chubb with a first down carry as he'll get about 3 out of it. They get 2nd and 7 coming up.
Not a lot of running room there, not a place to make a cut and kind of exit out because they had everything bottled up. Looked to me like the linemen were taking on their blocks really well and giving up no creases.
Now here's a throw that's complete.
Carr's pass complete to number 17. An 8-yard pickup. And the Browns.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Now a play fake. Carr. And he's got his man in stride. Complete. 5 yards on the catch there. Brings up 2nd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete. They certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
This is the tight end, Njoku. And he is going to have a Browns first down as he's able to get 8 yards there on 3rd and 5.
Well, with his size, you've really got to wrap up because arm tackles, they're not going to cut it. And that time, he used his full-grown man strength to fight off his defender and pick up the first down.
Snap comes at 1, and it's Carr. He's got Mason complete. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coach into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Keanu Neal. And the Raiders are going to take over once again at their own 25-yard line. The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete. Defensively, celebration time because they finally forced an incompletion. He was perfect throwing the ball to that point.
Yeah, but from his viewpoint, they didn't force the incompletion. He just missed. That's how hot he is right now, and that's how he wants to continue to throw the ball.
And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
81 yards on the ground for him so far. A good gain on 1st. Has him set up with 2nd and just a couple of inches now from the 29. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line.
2nd and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on 3rd down and pick up the first down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are.
This is caught inside the 15. And they do finally get him, but he makes it all the way to the 6. A big play there just before halftime. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. So with 1 second left in the half, on is the field goal unit from the right hash, and this one just a chippy. Gonzalez's kick is good. So we have reached halftime here in Vegas with the Raiders on top. As we are off to Orlando now to check in with Jonathan Coachman and our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach? All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Browns going to see the football first, but they trail here as we resume play on EA Sports. This is Jakeem Grant. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20. The Browns drive about to get started. And they're on the short end of the scoreboard here. Charles, what adjustments, if any, do you think they need to make for the second half?
Well, paraphrasing the gold medal hockey winning coach Herb Brooks, I just say you continue to play your game. Throw the ball. They had success doing it in the first half, so make sure you keep getting the ball to your playmakers, a little bit more to the perimeter perhaps, but above all, play your game.
On first down, they'll run with Chubb, and he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now, the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And the Raiders pick it up. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. These defenses have become so opportunistic, and no matter... And now, as with every potential turnover, they're going to take a second look at this just to make sure. Now the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of the football afterwards. This is a tough one to overturn.
Here's Nick Chubb as they try to fire up this run game. Runs through the contact. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
2nd down, here's Chubb again. And he stopped after a gain of 1. Not enough. Still a yard to go on 3rd down.
Well, they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
On play action, it's Carr. And that's going to be caught for a Browns touchdown. Dante Pettis, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Browns take advantage of field position on the turnover to cash this one in. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And the lead is down to a field goal. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And he's probably realizing he should have stayed in the end zone as he can only muster a return to the 14-yard line. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. Their lead down to a field goal now as they start with a 1st and 10. A good start to the drive. Here's that's caught out on the left side. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line.
As they began this drive, I was wondering how they were going to attack since they're playing with the lead. Would they continue to try and push the ball downfield? Well, after one play, it appears that the answer is yes.
89 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
Now, Brandon, that's the way you want to run the football. There should almost be quote bubbles above the offense right now. Bam, boom, biff. That's how they feel good about moving the football.
And the hole closes quickly there. He gets maybe a couple up to the 38. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
Well, looking for Higgins, but it is intercepted. Picked up by Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Browns defense has a touchdown. Make it back-to-back weeks now with a pick 6 for him. He had one a week ago.
Talk about being in the groove, and what are the odds of what we're seeing right here? You don't see it happen very often. Listen, if you get a pick 6 in a season, It's been a big year, let alone back-to-back weeks. I'll tell you this, I wouldn't play cards against this guy in the locker room.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that will make this a 4-point game. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. And they gave up the pick 6, and now they'll be looking to right the ship here. Now, as a quarterback, are you a little more cautious this go-around?
You should be, just because after what you gave up. But you can't be so cautious as to just really take things in, and now you're not going to play loose enough to give your team a chance to score. But you still have to be careful because those defensive guys, I know the reputation of defense guys.
Well, throw for Pittman is intercepted. Picked off at the 35. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Browns defense has a touchdown.
It goes without saying, but I'm going to say it anyway. That's a ball he would like to have back, and it lands right in the lap of the defender from there. He doesn't have very far to go before he gets to the end zone, and he got there in a hurry.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that pushes the lead up to 11. Offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. And fresh off the pick 6, they've got to forget about that quickly.
In this case now, the guy throwing the ball, he's got to be like what we talk about with defensive backs who get beat for a long touchdown. Short-term memory, right back out there doing the things that he does best, and knowing that taking care of the ball is paramount. Here's his opportunity.
All comes back to those defensive backs for the former DB, right?
I don't know where that comes from. It just kind of emerges out at me for some reason.
It's deep in there, right? A completion, yes, but certainly not what they wanted. A loss of a full 6 yards. 2nd and 16. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And that's going to be caught. T. Higgins. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. And Charles, with that completion, I'm told that puts him now over 3,000 yards passing on the campaign.
And Brandon, I think we have to start to think about where we are in the season, because right now, 4,000 is not out of the question. I think a big game or two, he's certainly capable of getting that done.
Oh, he's got some breathing room. And all the way down to the 9. It's a big play there for Vegas. Trailing here in the 3rd, and that run might just be the spark that this offense needs.
And don't you just get the sense that he's going around, not just in the huddle, but looking over at the bench and saying, ball, give me the ball. Let me carry this thing home.
Here's Jacobs. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. 3 quarters in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on 2nd and goal. He'll look to throw. And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. Picked off by Grant Delpit. It's a foot race. He's at the 30. 10. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Browns defense has a touchdown. And that one will pretty much erase any hopes of a 4th quarter comeback.
With emphasis, interception, return for touchdown. Door closed, locked, reinforced.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And the lead is up to 18 now. Raider offense set to get this drive started. It's now appearing that this losing streak is going to continue. You know, the coaching staff was confident that this was going to be the game to stem the tide, but that just has not been the case. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield.
Well, I can put my defensive cap on right now, and I know they're saying don't give up any big plays now. They've controlled this game throughout, and all they want to do is see it through to the end. I think they let their guard down a little bit with that last completion. Sometimes when you're trying not to give up bigger plays, you don't react as fast as you should on other throws.
What we just saw there, that's really been a common theme all afternoon.
A lot of pressure. That forced the errant pass. He's been under duress this entire afternoon. He just had to unload that one. He's fortunate it was just incomplete and not intercepted.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today.
Picked off by Greg Newsome.
Boy, so another interception, CD, and it feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his second season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
Hey, 734.
Now after the INT, it's Carr. They'll roll him out right. Looking right sideline, that's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 48-yard line. Handoff comes to Chubb. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4.
And again, it's Chubb. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
2nd and 10 at the Raiders' 32-yard line.
From the gun, it's a give to Chubb. And here's another tackle made at the line, so they're converging well on the football now. Back-to-back stops make it 3rd and 10. Carr going to throw. Going to throw right side here. Complete. Touchdown. 3rd touchdown pass now for Derek Carr.
And the Browns look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this 4th quarter.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And they open the lead up now to 25.
42. Raiders 17.
Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson.
And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. They were coming off the extra week of rest, but this team started sluggish, and it really didn't get any better from there, and trailing big here in this 4th quarter.
And not a whole lot to speak of there as they'll bring him down shy of the 20. Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. They'll stay on the ground with Jacobs. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this 2nd half. Here's 1st and 10. They'll set up a throw. Open man, that's Renfro. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there is going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Raider football as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score.
And a dangerous throw there as that's knocked down and incomplete. We've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and it's not a good day when you feel like an incomplete pass is almost a win for you because it wasn't intercepted. And I think the receivers now, when they're running their routes, they want to catch the ball, but they also want to make sure that the defenders don't take it away.
And he drops it incomplete, and their struggles continue here.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. And he's taken down. This will be a Brown sack. Randy Gregory in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out.
That is caught. Michael Pittman with it.
And he's got the 1st down yardage before he's brought down at the 42.
That's another Las Vegas 1st down.
They'll look to throw here.
They're going right back to Pittman.
And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. Got a man, and he hits him in stride.
And the Raiders are looking at 1st and goal as he's tackled all the way down at the 2-yard line.
1st and goal at the 2-yard line.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw.
They swing that out wide to Jacobs.
And we've got a timeout. 9 seconds remaining.
Brings up 2nd and 8.
So they're backed up to the 3-yard line, 2nd and goal. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Rolling to his left. And that's going to be caught for a Raider touchdown. Zach Ertz, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Raiders get a score closer. Gonzalez able to tack on the PAT. And that'll cut the lead down to 18. So despite the huge deficit, they're going to keep fighting. Here comes the onside kick. And this one travels out of bounds, so unsuccessful there on the onside kick try. The Browns in victory formation now as they take the knee. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continue